I'll come back to where I started about Meccan women. This is my interest these days since I'm working on this book, but I'm concentrating on a certain on Mamluki period. It is 4 centuries between the 7th until the 10th century Hijri. This is a very long time. I'm looking at how women were presented in the biography books. Amazingly, we find also that, amazingly from our point of view today, because we are not very knowledgeable of or not in touch with achievement of Muslim women in throughout history, to find that Muslim women at that period used to teach. They were known as very high scholars throughout the Muslim world, where also famous scholars will come to them to learn from them, to get attestation from them.
So we'll hold this thought and take our first phone call. I suppose we have with us Wafa.
الو
أيوة السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم.
Yes, go ahead وفاء.
ممكن أشارك؟
اتفضلي.
أحب أهني خادم الحرمين الشريفين وولي عهده والنائب الثاني والشعب السعودي كافة.
شكرا وفاء.
عندي مشاركة ثانية ممكن؟
اتفضلي.
ألو.
أيوة.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
كيف حالك؟
أهلا، مين؟
ممكن أشارك؟
اتفضلي، مين معانا؟
أنشودة عن الوطن.
اتفضلي.
وطني حبيبي وطني الغالي وطني النجم العالي وطني كلمة جريئة كلمة سريعة وطني 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 الغالي. الله الله يا شمس الحياة الكويت، الله الله يا شمس الحياة يا سعودية يا سعودية يا شمس الحياة وطني الغالي وطني حبيبي.
Okay, شكرا لكم. So we have had an overwhelming demonstration of emotions throughout the past 3 days. So we are now discussing status of women, and what you are revealing to us is truly amazing, and I'm sure a lot of people have absolutely no idea about this, and especially that we are now speaking about a time when people from different cultures altogether are dictating on us decrees about their being pioneers of women's rights, and trying to impose on us like a condescending view that they are the ones who've started this and they're trying to bring it to us. But now we are like giving them a living proof of an ancient history that proves that Arabian women have taken their part in society, and that they have the right from even Islam, of course, which is where we take our laws.
Okay, I would, although I agree with what you have said, but also we have to bear in mind that when we tackle our history, or when we try to explore our women's history, it is not to prove to the West or to the East that we are better, or that we have everything has started from here, or we have liberated women from early. It is for us.
Exactly.
It is, yeah. We have to do things for ourselves, not to prove for others. It is also demeaning, I think, if we think about it, that we have to stay all our lives in this status of competing as well.
No, but as you mentioned, I'm sure that when I said a lot of women don't know that, even I am hearing you and I'm feeling like the pride is like coming to
All
me.
right, yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, I think it, knowing our history, it increases our understanding of ourselves and of our confidence, self-confidence.
And we would like very much to go back to the idea of the characteristics of Meccan women, but first I'm interested now that you have also taken a career in writing. So you are not just immersed in the historical events and facts but you have a view projected perhaps from this background that you have had, and you have a say in very critical and controversial issues, as we have seen through your articles. So how did you pick up this interest in writing, and what subjects you are interested in?
Well, you won't believe how I used to detest writing.
Well, that's a surprise.
I mean, ta'bir or composition used to be one of my really hardest subjects and toughest subjects at school. I don't know how. It's just that it's something from inside. I have okay. It is the.
Yes, go.
Okay, get distracted. Coming back to the
writing,
the beginning
yes.
of writing, it started with being challenged. I think this was what made me dare just to hold the pen and write and send it to publisher or to newspapers and so on. I get and at the same time it was a reaction to not no, it was like my decision of not standing still and being passive and not doing anything. If I am disagreeing with something, I should express my view. And if I can't express it the forums of expression are not that large or wide. To go publicly, you have to write. So this was the beginning. I remember I started when I first entered university.
Okay, we'll move on to one of our reports.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's the report or the live interview that we will be having, so do stay with us. Okay, so we have the next report with Dr. May Shihab. Why don't you join us in watching that?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is May Shihab. I'm a pediatric consultant in the Department of Pediatrics. I'm the head of Pediatric Intensive Care Unit and the Deputy Director of the Pediatric Department in the Riyadh Armed Forces Hospital. Soon after I graduated from medical school, I started my training in pediatric in the Kingdom. After finishing my residency, I subspecialized in pediatric intensive care outside the Kingdom, in Europe and in North America. Upon my return in 1986, I started the pediatric intensive care unit in the military hospital. That was one of the very first few units in town. Our goal in pediatric intensive care is to look after sick or critically ill patients with various medical and surgical conditions. Those children who are very ill are looked after a specialized multidisciplinary team of experts. With early treatment and proper diagnosis, those patients have a good outcome. Major progress has been done over the last 2 decades in optimizing and improving the health care of the child in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Since 1995, we started the respiratory home care program in the pediatric department in the Riyadh Military Hospital. This program looks after children who have respiratory condition, who otherwise would have been looked after in the hospital. We are able to discharge them home so that they enjoy being at home and living with their parents and other siblings, but you look after them at home. Those children usually have chronic conditions. This means conditions where you probably don't have treatment, but then where you can help them lead a normal life in society. Those children have various conditions or diseases that need oxygen to breathing through a special machine. This program helps decreasing the financial burden of the hospital, since otherwise those patients would have needed to be treated in hospital. Since I have had always interest in teaching, I was among the group who started the residency training program in the military hospital in Riyadh. This program, I have been involved in teaching residents over the last 12 years. Women doctors are training, most Saudi women doctors are training in those residency programs in the major teaching hospitals in town. Women have proved over the last 2 decades to have had great achievement. They have specialized in various fields of medicine, whether surgical or medical fields, and especially in pediatrics, they have specialized in various subspecialties. We encourage our adolescent girl, I personally, from my experience, I would encourage adolescent girls who have interest to specialize in medical fields, to seek higher achievement, to help improving the care of the child in the kingdom.
يا فهدنا عاشقينك شايلينك في نواظرنا لأنك مخلص النية رفيع النفس مؤمن مرخص الغالي لشعبك طيب اليمنى محنك يا فهدنا عاشقينك شايلينك في نواظرنا لأنك مخلص النية رفيع النفس مؤمن مرخص الغالي لشعبك طيب اليمنى محنك شايل هم الوطن في وسط قلبك مبتغي مرضات ربك بأهل جيت وفي رجاح أحسن تظنك يا بلادي دام خيرك ودام طيبك ودمت في عز ورغد يا بلادي دام مجدك ودام سعدك في ذرى الغالي فهد في ذرى الغالي فهد في ذرى الغالي فهد في ذرى الغالي فهد.
And we welcome everyone joining us for Women Achievements, and we have more, of course, women joining in for our program. We thank Dr. May, and we have with us now on air Dr. Lubna Wajdi Al-Tahlawi, and she is a journalist. She will be joining us through the phone. I think we have her with us now. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How are you, Ms. Lubna?
Fine. My regards to you and for your guest.
Thank you so much. You are a journalist and a writer, so we'd like to hear from you. What can you tell us about your achievements in this field, and women achievements, of course?
Yes. First, in this great glorious day of the Saudi history, I introduce my congratulations to custodian of the two Holy Mosque, King Fahad bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and to His Royal Highness Crown Prince Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and to His Royal Highness Second Deputy Prince Sultan bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and to all the royal family and the Saudi people.
Thank you.
You know, in this day we have to remember the greatest achievement that the kingdom witnessed. What the kingdom achieved in few years, the other countries achieved in centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Our achievements are unprecedentedly.
Very true, and we are, of course, stressing on women achievements. So how do you see women writers and journalists?
Yes. First, in journalists, okay, you know, without government support for women and its effort to remove all obstacles,
Mm-hmm.
so women cannot approve herself in the field of media,
Mm-hmm.
business and commerce, and achieve many success. Now we have great numbers of Saudi women doctors,
Mm-hmm.
professors, teachers, and businesswomen, and in administrative offices like managers, general managers, and ministries under secretary. And in the field of media, we have journalists, writers,
Mm-hmm.
directors, and announcers. Today we have the voice of Saudi women, you know, also in Shura Council,
Mm-hmm.
discussing her important issue, attending international seminars and conference, represent her country.
Yes, we do agree, Ms. Lubna. And what do you think is still lacking? Do you have any hopes for the future of women in your field or any other field?
Yes, you know, in this day, Saudi women, particularly educated and cultured one, should remember the support and encouragement that she had from her government,
Mm-hmm.
and the great challenges that the government faced for her sake. due to the special ideological structure of our society in order to save her rights, which Islam and Islamic Sharia had conferred. Also to save her from misuse and introduce a respectable life for her, thanks to Islamic Sharia, which is our country constitution.
Well, we thank you so much, Lubna Tahlawi, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Since we are tackling the issue of women having the voice to write and to express their opinions, and you certainly have a lot of opinions to express, I'm sure. Do you think you can make a change? Do you think women can make a change for the benefit of their society through their writing?
I believe so. I believe writing has become an arena for expression that you can deny its power, its effect on society, especially that we have so many women now writing. The taboo of writing by your name has decreased. Nobody now is ashamed of writing with her name. Maybe there are a few, but I mean, if you talk about the majority, compared with 2 decades ago, we have really reached a very, I think, a very good stage of expression and of presenting women's voice. Women's voice has, I mean, by writing, has really reached the public arena, which was one of the prohibited places where women shouldn't tread to. And this has given her the opportunity to be part of society, to make her view reached out, to make a say, or to have a say in different issues. I can't say that every woman writer should be a very good writer because only because she's a woman, but I think it's an enterprise. And women are trying their best to develop this skill and this new field of expression. It also means that it is not that easy. I mean, especially if we talk about the beginning of women writing in the media or in the news in public. It has really. I think the pioneers should be given very high credit for what they have, for all the difficulties that they must have passed through to furnish this the place for us to write without that much of difficulty.
And through your teaching position, I think you can give us like a hint of what you see in future generations. You are teaching such stuff to young ladies, and what do you see in them? What change has happened, and do you think that they are up to the responsibility awaiting them?
Well, my view will be, or my opinion will be, about students who I used to teach, like before I went for my scholarship. Last time was in '94. Now I'm suspended from teaching. So at that time, students were very welcoming of new ideas and of knowledge. They are enthusiastic. They try their best to reach and to learn. I don't think it is that easy because if you know about the different, I mean the background of each student. It isn't that we can't say that it has been easy for every student to come and to enter university and to finish her degree. Many of my students have passed by very hardship against their families, their eldest brothers, maybe husbands who were against their education, or they were not very encouraging.
Themselves.
But they managed, and this was I was very proud of many of my students who made it to the end. And I think this is an additional not point, but lots of points that should be added to the struggle of Saudi women to reach the position and the achievement that she is into now.
And what about like what you are hoping to reach? I mean, as for your society and through your study.
I believe that Saudi women at the moment they have reached the stage of, let's say, a quantity. We have a quantity of a large number of educated women, students at schools, university. There are more than even male students. We have really a large number of educated, let's say, material who are ready for the labor market. But this is the difficulty. They have. I think now that we are in a period of so many challenges that are facing Saudi women, and they need to find ways to not only to persuade the authorities to give them more chance or more choices of education or more places, job places or things like that. It is more than that. They need to improve themselves from within and to believe in themselves that they deserve it and they must have it. It's a right, not something that to be given to them. Yeah, and I believe that what we should ask for always and work hard to gain is to be part of the decision making of our own lives, either in education, in social issues, in economy, in politics, in all aspects of life. This is our society is made of men and women, not men only, and women have to have their proper proportion of or portion of participation.
Well, I'm sure that a lot agree with you, especially nowadays. Again, I would like to stress your interest in tradition. You have, of course, been studying that extensively, but you think that it must like have a presence in our life. I mean, of course, I'm referring to Janadreya, of the revival of the traditions, what makes us unique in such delicate details that we shouldn't discard altogether parts of our lives.
Of course, I should agree with this. I am for preserving our own heritage and being proud of ourselves, our past, of how we used to live and what we used to eat and where we used to sit. I think that I believe, and what we used to do as well. Janadriya is a chance to, well, it's a starting point, I believe. It has a lot of positive
the revival,
things.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
it's
trial to revive.
I think it's an attempt to this idea, to help this idea to emerge and to be proud of your past, because of this problem of I mean the cut that we had with our past, especially with the boom period and
so progress
on.
does not mean that you leave your identity behind, I suppose.
Exactly. But you see, this is it has been always the challenge of modernity. Modernity doesn't acknowledge, or if you take it in a sudden way, as we did in. I mean, it was the 70s made it, and throughout the 80s didn't give us the chance to really reflect back to our. What is to the importance of our past and heritage, and it is good that at last now we are taking into consideration that the importance of our past, of our heritage. It's not only, I mean, Janadriya shouldn't be only a facade or of 2 weeks of the year, 2 days for women, and I mean it is I think it needs a lot of development. It isn't something that I can say has satisfied me, although I've been working with the Women's Committee for 3 years now, or maybe this is the third year. but it isn't fulfilling.
Well, that would be wrapping up, because we do join voices with you that we do hope that we see this grand festival as we would like it to appear, inshallah.
We hope so.
We thank you so much, Dr. Hatoon, for giving us this opportunity. It has been really an eye-opener, and we hope that we have opened the eyes of a lot of our viewers, that we have intrigued them now, that we would like to hear more and read more about their history and feel the pride of the history of Arabian women and what they can achieve now in life.
I hope so.
We thank you so much.
Thank you too, and I hope that I was a light guest to our viewers.
Well, I'm sure you are. We thank all viewers, and we hope that you have enjoyed our 3-day achievements of women. That is not just the whole of it, of course. We have touched on some of the examples that we would like to have with us here, and we hope to see you next year, inshallah. We have another open period coming up next, and at night again we have our program National Achievements. We hope you enjoy all this, and until we meet again, it's goodbye.
فهدنا يا بعدنا يا فهدنا يا بعدنا للوفا هذا عهدنا من هنا اليوم القيامة من هنا اليوم القيامة من هنا اليوم القيامة انتبهوا هذه الجزيرة وانت قائد هالمسيرة انتبهوا هذه الجزيرة وانت قائد هالمسيرة دارنا يا خير ديرة يا فهد عزك يدوم دارنا يا خير ديرة يا فهد عزك يدوم يا فهد عزك يدوم.
أيها السادة المشاهدون أصدقاء راديو وتلفزيون العرب، مرحبا بكم إلى إطلالة جديدة مع هذا البرنامج الثقافي والفني الجديد الذي تقدمه لكم القناة العامة التي عودتكم دائما بجديدها. إن برنامج علامة استفهام برنامج يحمل أسئلتكم إلى نجوم المجتمع العربي من أدباء ومثقفين ومفكرين وأطباء وعلماء وفنانين وإعلاميين، ويحاول أن يتجول معهم في مجالاتهم المتخصصة. ويحاول هذا البرنامج أن يتعرف على جوانب مختلفة من هذه المجالات، مجيبا على هذه الأسئلة المطروحة التي
4 3 4 3 2 1 تفضل.
أيها السادة المشاهدون والسيدات، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
السادة المشاهدون والسيدات،
4 3 2 1 إلا ربع 1 تفضل.
أيها السادة المشاهدون والسيدات، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، ومرحبا بكم معنا في لقاء عبر هذا البرنامج. الحديث عن الحياة الاجتماعية في الجزيرة العربية في شمالها لا شك أنه أحد الكتب المهمة التي أضيفت إلى المكتبة العربية والمكتبة السعودية للحديث عن تاريخ المملكة العربية السعودية وتاريخ الجزيرة العربية. هذا الكتاب هو من تأليف أو رسالة ماجستير للكاتبة السعودية هتون جواد الفاسي.
السادة المشاهدون والودر الشكر، ladies first يا جبريل. اوكي،
اعطيني ان كم اشيل حتى السيدات مره، هات بس اعطيني. يلا حطي زي ما تحبي لسه.
4 3 2 1 تفضل.
مرحبا بكم اعزائي المشاهدين في كل مكان، ونلتقي مره اخرى من خلال هذا البرنامج في موقع ما من المواقع ضمن هذه البلاد الخيره المليئه بالانجازات والمليئه بالطموحات. نلتقي ونحن نتحدث عن تاريخ الجزيرة العربية، ونتحدث عن الحياة الاجتماعية من خلال رسالة الماجستير التي قدمتها لجامعة الملك سعود في مدينة الرياض الكاتبة والمحاضرة الأستاذة هاتون جواد الفاسي، وهي واحدة من كاتبات السعوديات التي تسهم بعطاءاتها الكتابية في العديد من الصحف المحلية وبعض الدوريات العربية. يسعدنا من خلال هذا البرنامج أن نلتقي بضيفتنا. مرحبا أستاذة هاتون الفاسي، ونرحب بك في راديو وتلفزيون العرب ومن خلال هذا البرنامج.
مرحبا.
الحديث عن الحياة الاجتماعية في رسالة الماجستير والحديث عن الجزيرة العربية وتاريخها، هل هناك علاقة حميمة بينك وبين التاريخ من خلال دراستك؟
طبيعي انه لن ابدا او لن انجز عملا كالعمل الذي بين يديك الا وهناك علاقه حميمه بيني وبينه. ممكن اقول انها نشات في فتره الطفوله، فمنذ تلك الفتره وانا اهيم بالتاريخ، وقد وضعت امامي التاريخ هدفا ليكون تخصصي فيما بعد انهاء المرحله الدراسيه الثانويه. وبستطيع بالفعل اقول اني ان هذه العلاقه بدات ونضجت ولا زالت مستمره، بدليل اني كلما تعمقت زياده في دراسه التاريخ القديم، التاريخ بشكل عام، كل ما زدت عشقا له واستمتاعا به ورغبة في أني أشرك العالم كله في حبي في هذا الحب.
علاقتك بالكتب الصفراء كما يسمونها والأسطر القديمة والتاريخ لا شك أنها تضفي عليك حالة من الإصرار على التعرف على العديد من المناقب والجوانب الحضارية في الجزيرة العربية. فهل نستطيع أن نلقي ضوء سريع جدا